So it was early this morning. I was lying in bed trying to go back to sleep. And so sometimes if I'm on my back, I roll over on my side, and for some reason that helps me go to sleep. Only this morning I didn't go to sleep. As I was laying there, I was looking at the clock. My clock is a digital clock. It has green letters on it, green numbers. And I was focused on the fact that it was 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I began to pray and think about the week that's coming and what God wants me to do with what's coming in that week. And my focus changed from 4 o'clock to the beams of light that was going out from those letters to the side of the clock in the darkness. And then my mind changed, and my heart seen a whole new thing. And I thought what it was like when Jesus hung on the cross. See, up to that point, everybody had lived underneath the law of Moses. And Jesus came. And with that, there came salvation. And there came a change. So before, there was a darkness. But when Jesus came, there was a light on the cross. Even though in those moments, it was so dark, the sun refused to shine. God couldn't even look at his own son. But yet from that cross, there was a light that went out. How many times have you seen a picture of the tomb with the stone rolled away and there's just a bright light at the entrance? It changed. And that light shining off of those numbers last night caused me to start thinking about that. And I thought about the change that came to people's lives as Jesus came to that cross, as he rose from the grave, as he gave us salvation through his death, as God granted us the greatest gift ever of his son. And I read these words earlier this week out of Romans, and it's in Romans 4, verses 7 and 8, and you'll also find it in Psalms, the 32nd chapter, verses 1 and 2. And it says, "Oh, what joy for those whose disobedience is forgiven, whose sins are put out of sight. Yes, what joy for those whose record the Lord has cleared of sin." That's the change. So as I come to communion today, I think about that, and I think about how Jesus died on that cross. And in that death, we find joy. Now, joy and happiness are not the same thing. Don't confuse those two. Because you can be lacking happiness, but you can still have joy. And you'll only have that joy if you're rooted and grounded in Jesus and in the love of God. But it made me think about the change that came at that cross. And so today, as we come to this time for communion, I'd like to do this just a little bit different, and I failed to ask a couple of guys before the service, but Danny and Micah, would you guys mind serving for us this morning, please? I appreciate your willingness to do that. Thank you very much.